Okay, thanks, Chrissy, and thank you for that lead-in. I'm not sure I'll do it justice. QPM Energy. Here we go. So what are we? QPM Energy is an interesting company. We call ourselves a unique integrated energy business, and by that I mean we are genuinely an integrated business in that we capture the value chain all the way from a molecule of gas in the ground through to an electron of energy into the grid. So we capture that full value chain across all of the aspects and assets that we manage and own. So we start with gas reserves. We have a very substantial gas reserve position, which I'll talk a little bit more about later. We're in production. We have a very extensive infrastructure position that manages gas supply, transport, and importantly, gas storage. And we dispatch 2 power stations currently, which convert gas to electricity and which gets dispatched directly into the NEM. So we receive both energy revenues, both from direct gas sales and also from electricity sales into the NEM. We're a business. We turned over about $75 million in FY24. We've done $76 million for the 9 months to March this year. So we are a business that is actively generating revenue. We're actively developing and growing our asset base, and we are in a very interesting space in the energy spectrum. So a little bit more detail on the model. So we manage our own production. So we manage a coal seam gas field in Queensland, and we also are integrated, as Chrissy mentioned, with a number of surrounding coal mines. So we actually take their gas and abate their emissions by using that gas through our business. So we have quite a unique position in that regard. We run a gas field. We run a whole processing compression infrastructure facility. We have all of the capacity on a large pipeline from Moranbah to Townsville. We sell gas to a foundation customer, Dyno Nobel, in Moranbah, and a little bit of gas to CRL in Townsville. And we run or dispatch 2 gas-fired power stations, the 160 megawatt Townsville power station in Townsville and the 12.8 megawatt Moranbah power station, which is located in Moranbah itself. So just sort of, we've flipped across the country from Carnarvon. We're on the east coast, central Queensland. Moranbah is the heart of the Bowen Basin, which is really the core of the high-quality metallurgical coking coal or metallurgical coal mining business. And our play or our assets sit essentially is the gas that is contained within that high-grade coal. So this project, Moranbah project, has been up and running since the early 2000s, so it's a long-term project. It was developed really as an integrated energy project from day one, and it was the upstream or the production asset in Moranbah was linked to Townsville through this North Queensland gas pipeline, about 400 kilometres, 400 or 500 kilometres, to supply gas to the Townsville power station. So that system, that integrated asset position, was the core of this company and the core of these assets. On the right-hand side, you can see our permit position, our petroleum lease position in red, and you can see dotted through that are a series of coal mines, operating coal mines, and these are some of the largest coal mines in Queensland. They're all producing high-quality coking coal. In particular, a number of these mines produce also large volumes of gas, which is a byproduct of the mining process. That gas is connected into our system, and we manage it and take that gas and use it for our both gas sales and electricity generation purposes. Just a very brief snapshot of us in terms of numbers. We produce about 10 petajoules, or our gas supply portfolio is around about 10 to 11 petajoules a year. We have a very substantial reserve position, which we've currently upgraded to about 435 petajoules of proved and probable reserves. Of that, over 300 petajoules is totally uncontracted. We're producing around 20 to 24 terajoules a day. We have about 125 producing wells across our field. We've just completed a new drilling program, and we're continuing to upgrade some of the wells in our field that have been off production for some time. We also receive gas from miners, basically, and that's adding about 3 to 6 terajoules a day. And that's a very important carbon abatement mechanism that we're able to provide to the industry. Heap of infrastructure that goes along with having a production asset like that. Importantly, we have a large compression facility. It does about 64 terajoules a day, and it's the only compression facility that gets into the North Queensland gas pipeline, and we have all the capacity on the pipeline. We also have the dispatch rights and capacity for the Townsville Power Station and the Moranbah Power Station. So we genuinely have an integrated business, and we take a molecule of gas from the ground to an electron into the grid. I'll just talk a little bit about reserves. So we've just released a reserve update, and it's 435 petajoules of proven and probable reserves. I know there's been a lot of talk around this conference about ounces and tonnes and kilograms and da-da-da-da. So what's a petajoule? So a petajoule of gas is 1,000 gigajoules. So what's a gigajoule? Well, a gigajoule in the current spot market in Queensland is around $12 a gigajoule is the price. So a petajoule, a million of those is about $12 million. So I'll leave you guys to do the maths. But it's a significant reserve base, and this is reserves that sit within granted petroleum leases. We have all of our environmental approvals, and we're operating. So we can develop these reserves without needing to go through additional approval, permitting or native title processes. So the Moranbah Gas project, which has been around for 20 years, is still going and getting stronger. As we understand more about this resource, we're really starting to get a sense that this is really a seriously good Tier 1 asset. This is where we sit versus our peers, and we're obviously excluding Woodside and Santos. Our 2P reserve position, we sit about third on the stack. But our market cap, unfortunately we're down in around about 6th spot. So there is an issue here for us as a company. We believe we are materially undervalued, and our challenge really is how do we address that undervalued aspect to our stock price. The challenge for us really though is we have to be able to demonstrate that we have ways to commercialise our reserve position. At current rates we'll be here for 40 years doing the same thing. It's a good business, but we can do better. So there are a whole bunch of things we can do, but our focus really is around developing additional generation assets, and we really think this sets us apart. And the reason we do that is because our experience to date has shown that we are able to generate the transformation or the transition of molecules to electrons generates very, very significant additional premiums. This is our experience. We can generate around $20 a gigajoule through TPS. This is historically over the last 18 months or so, compared to about $12 for the Queensland spot price. There is a very substantial premium in Queensland for being able to run assets like we do, hence our focus on increasing our capacity to generate and manage generation. This is how we do it. This is the daily price curve for Queensland. It's the most volatile electricity market in Australia, and we manage our gas supply, our storage and our generation to target that 4 to 5 hour window every day. So you can think about our business like a huge hydrocarbon battery. That's what we are. We're a very significant hydrocarbon storage through pipeline capacity, line pack, and we target the high price part of the daily price curve. So it's a simple business really, but a unique one. I might just turn to our next step. So we currently have a generation portfolio that we manage. We are now about to develop our next stage of greenfields generation. and that's where this business is going. So I hope that I haven't had a chance to cover all of the aspects of our business here, but I'm more than happy to catch up with you in our little booth out the back there, and look forward to chatting with you. So thanks very much for your attention.